Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to analyze Outlook emails and auto-draft responses using AI agent. So I'm a manager in an IT company and we manage all the emails like the support emails related to inquiries by the customers or team members using Microsoft Outlook. Now over here, responding to each and every new query manually, first of all creating and going through all the queries and then creating the reply manually is very time consuming and hectic. So to solve this problem, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. Now whenever I'm going to receive a new mail on my Microsoft Outlook account by the customer or the team member, automatically an AI agent is going to first analyze the email and then generate the response of that. As soon as the response, a draft is going to be created by the AI agent, automatically a draft is going to be created in my Microsoft Outlook account so that first my team can review and then forward the reply. So now if you want to learn how to create this amazing AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to analyze Outlook emails and auto-draft responses using AI agent. So as a manager of IT support business, I handle numerous client emails every day related to technical issue. I use Outlook to organize and manage all the incoming support emails efficiently. I use an AI agent to analyze the content of these emails and automatically generate draft replies for common problems. This allows me to save time and ensure quick, consistent responses to my clients. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent using Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I'm going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. After browsing the website, Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. On the landing page, you have two options, sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, you can directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. I am an existing user, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. Then you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select this Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you, and in order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. Firstly, we need to name the workflow over here, which is going to be AI Agent to Analyze Outlook Emails and Auto Draft Responses. This is the name I want to give to my workflow. For the folder on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created these many folders in my Pabbly Connect account. And from these folders, I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI Agents as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow has been created in the name of AI agent to analyze Outlook emails and auto draft responses. And you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, we're going to set up our trigger step, in which for my trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Microsoft Office 365. Inside this trigger application, we have a trigger event of new mail. As soon as a new mail is going to be forwarded towards Microsoft Outlook, automatically the trigger that is Microsoft Office 365 new mail is going to capture the response of that. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you. On which click on add new connection. Then click on this connect with Microsoft Office 365 button right over here. Then it is asking for the permission for this account. I'm going to click on this accept button as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this accept button right over here. And as I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Microsoft Office 365 to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it says save and send test request. As soon as I'm going to click on this button, the last mail that was forwarded towards my Microsoft Outlook account is going to be captured in the response right here. So firstly, before clicking on this button, what I'm going to do is with my Gmail account, I'm going to forward an inquiry email towards my Outlook account. And after that, I'm going to check whether automatically the trigger captures the response of the new email or not, okay? So this is the email that I've drafted, that is urgent help required, cannot access company email, okay? So you can see right over here, this is the email that I've written. Hi team, greetings of the day. I'm writing to request immediate assistance with accessing my company's email account. I have been trying to log in since the morning, but it keeps receiving incorrect password error. I'm fairly certain I'm using the correct credentials as I haven't changed my password recently. You can see right over here, this is the email that I've written right here, and I'm going to send this email towards my Outlook account right here, okay? So I'm going to select the recipient from here. So this is the email that I've selected. I'm going to send this email right over here. As I forward the email, you can see right over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Outlook account and refresh this page from here. As now I've refreshed the page, you can see I have received this email. Hi team, greetings of the day. I'm writing to request immediate assistant with accessing my company's email. You can see this was the same subject and the body. So as we have received the new email in our Outlook account, now I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, if I'm going to scroll down, you can see this was the same subject, urgent help required, cannot access company's email. And if I'm going to further scroll down, you can see right over here, this was the same body that was captured. Hi, greeting of the day. I'm writing to request immediate assistant. Okay. So as you can see right over here, the response has been captured in my trigger. This means that Microsoft Office 365, that is Microsoft Outlook, has been connected to my Pabbly Connect account and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new mail is going to be received in my Microsoft Outlook account, automatically the trigger over here is going to capture the response of that. But if you do not receive the response of the new mail immediately on your trigger right over here, then do not worry. Microsoft Office 365, that is Microsoft Outlook, is a polling based application. You can see it says 10 minutes. That is the polling duration. In every 10 minutes, whenever the new data is going to be collected by Microsoft Outlook, automatically it is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect in every 10 minutes. If you want to change the setup of this trigger time, for that go to three dots, click on this set trigger time option right over here. This window is going to appear. The trigger time drop down is going to appear in front of you. The minimum trigger time is 10 minutes and the maximum is 24 hours. You can select the trigger time over here according to your requirement and save the changes. Okay. So now our trigger setup is done over here. Now, as we have received the data of the new mail, I want the AI agent to analyze the email that we have received and create the draft of it in my Microsoft Outlook account itself. For that, I'm going to set up my action step, in which from my action application, I'm going to select my AI agent, that is OpenAI. I'm using my AI agent as OpenAI. If you want to use any other AI platforms as your AI agent, you can definitely do that according to your requirement, okay? And my action event over here is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, and then it is asking for the token, with the help of which we are going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. To have the token, go to this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. Then the API key page of your OpenAI account is going to appear in front of you. And now to generate a new token, click on this button right here. Firstly, we need to name the key right here. For the name of my key, I'm going to give it as test key. Project is going to be all. Permissions, you have to select it as all right here. And click on this create button to generate the token. Automatically a token is generated. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it in this token field and click on this save button. You can see that OpenAI has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. Firstly, it is asking for me to select the AI model. For the AI model, I'm going to select it as GPT-4o Mini. If you want to use any other AI models, you can definitely select it from this drop down right here. Next, it is asking for the prompt. What is prompt? It is a text with the help of which an AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. In the prompt, you need to mention all the things that you want and do not want. You have to specify each and everything in the prompt, okay? So for the prompt over here, according to this use case, I'm going to write it as... So you can see right over here, this is the prompt. You are an IT support assistant. Analyze the content for the incoming Outlook email for the company's Smart Serve IT and identify the technical issue described. Based on the issue, generate a professional, helpful draft response. Keep the tone polite, concise, and solution-focused. If the issue matches a common problem, password reset, software installation, internet not working, printer issue, provide step-by-step instruction to resolve it. If the issue is unclear, request more information. Do not send the response, just draft and review it. Email subject and body, have to write it right here. Do not add anything extra like JSON. Refer to the example JSON provided to create the JSON response. response. So now as soon as I'm going to enter the prompt right over here and click on the save and send test request button, the response from this prompt that I'm going to receive, if I'm going to remove this line, I will receive a paragraph format. But I want a JSON format. I want the email body to be separated from the subject that has to be created for the email that we have received. For that, I've added this line to give me a JSON response in which I've entered the example of JSON generated email with the generated email subject with the subject right here. In this manner, I'm going to get the email body and the subject of this separated from each other in a JSON manner. Okay. So this is the prompt that I've written, and if you want to use the same exact line in your prompt as well to receive a JSON response, you can find the link of this workflow in the description box below, copy it from here and add it in your prompt in your workflow that you're creating, okay? In this prompt, it is asking for the email subject and the email body. For the subject of the email over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to select the field, the previous step, that is Microsoft Office 365 new mail is going to appear in front of you. And as I'm going to click on it, the response that is captured in our previous step is going to appear in front of you, in which you have received the subject. And this is the email for which I want to generate the draft for. I want to generate the response for. So for the subject field, I'm going to select the data of the subject of my email from my previous response. As now I've selected the data of the subject from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I've mapped this data, you can see that this data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the email right here. So you can see this is the email I've received. I'm going to map the data of this email right here. So this is the entire prompt. I've entered the AI model. Now I'm going to click on this save and send test request button over here. As I've done that, I have received a response. I have received the generated email. You can see right over here. This is the generated email right here. Okay. And after the generated email, this is the subject as well right here. Okay. So as now I've received the email and the subject successfully generated by my AI agent, this means that OpenAI has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. That means OpenAI is connected to Pabbly Connect and our action setup is done. As now we have the content generated by my AI agent. Now as soon as the content is generated, I want to create the draft of this email in my Outlook account. For that, simply I'm going to add an action step in this workflow, in which for my action application over here, I'm going to select it as Microsoft Office 365. An action event over here is going to be create a draft message. As now we are going to create a draft. Why am I creating a draft? Because this is an AI generated response in which I can have multiple blank fields as well as wrong responses. Because this is AI generated content, firstly I want to review the content and then reply towards the customer or the client or the user that has forwarded me the mail. Okay, that's why I'm creating a draft. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which you can add a new connection, but I'm going to select the existing connection that I've created before and click on the save button. Firstly, it is asking for the subject of the draft email that we are creating. For the subject, I'm going to map the data of the subject that was generated by my AI agent. Content type is plain text, so I'm going to select as plain text. And for the body content, I'm going to map the data of the email that was generated by my AI agent. Okay. It is asking for the to recipient over here. For the to recipient, I'm going to map the data of the person. This was the sender's email address. I'm going to map the data of the email address who have forwarded me the email, okay, as we are generating the response for them. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, I have received a response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my Microsoft Outlook account, and if I'm going to go towards this draft section of my account right here, you can see a new draft has been created in my Microsoft Outlook account. Okay, it says dear employee's name or the customer's name. You have to enter it right here. You have to make the changes. Thank you for reaching out to us regarding your email access issue. I understand how important it is to have the access of your company email. You can see right over here, this was the generated AI agent response. As the AI generated response has been created as a draft in my Microsoft Outlook account, this means that we have successfully created this amazing AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done. Now as soon as you're going to receive a new email by your customers, user or employee on your Microsoft Outlook account, the trigger that is Microsoft Office 365 new email is going to capture the response of that. As the response of the new email is going to be captured, automatically an AI agent, that is OpenAI ChatGPT, is going to analyze the email and generate the response accordingly. Okay, as now the response, that is the email, is now been created by the AI agent towards the question or the query asked by my customers, users, or employees in my Microsoft Outlook account. Automatically a draft of that email that is generated by my AI agent, the response, is going to be created Microsoft Outlook account using this step, that is Microsoft Office 365 create a draft message. And this how I've created this amazing AI agent to analyze Outlook emails and auto draft responses with Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down there.